New from Radiance, number 66 in the range is Viva La Muerte, a movie that kind of shocked me. I wasn't quite ready for this type of movie. I tried to go in a lot to these movies as cold as possible, knowing as little as possible, but maybe having a little bit of knowledge about this one may have settled me into it a little bit quicker. It's a very experiential film. In fact, it does lots of interesting facets with it, but the base story here is all about Fando, a young boy of 10 whose father has been incarcerated, may have been executed, he's not too sure. His mother very probably had something to do with it. It's at the end of the Spanish War. He's been accused as being a communist, maybe, perhaps, and this has probably led to his downfall. And it's following the young journey of Fando as he kind of deals with childhood, as he deals with his feelings towards his mother, as he tries to figure out what's happened to his father, and as he just tries to go with day-to-day things.
On va mettre papa en prison. Ferme bien la porte. Papa demande à me voir, mais les juges lui disent qu'il n'est pas digne de voir son fils.
And it's a really kind of interesting facet, because a lot of the time we're just watching Fando just be himself, just playing with toys, making up fantasies in his own mind, and it'll cut to these abstract video shot images of craziness, of his warped imagination, picturing whatever he's been talking about or thinking about. It's wildly colourful, with a blue gel over it, or a red gel or something like that, just to tint it. And it's a skewed perspective that can be sexualised, it can be violent, it can be twisted, it can be wild, and all this kind of leads to an assault on the senses throughout the film. And for the longest part, it doesn't really push the narrative. It just allows Fando's experience to spill out onto the screen. There are some uncomfortable sequences within this, as we see the relationship between mother and son, and how it blurs the lines of normality, how it feels a little bit sexualized in moments. The love is there, the troublesome feelings is definitely there on Fando's behalf, as he looks at his mother in a different light, as he tries to figure out, did she deliberately get rid of the father? Was it for political aspirations? Was it to do with the church? This is a movie that kind of has a strong opinion to say about the church and state in this one, as it really kind of tackles both these subjects, but does it in such an artful way through the viewings of a young boy who may not understand the facets of all these, but just sees the base points.
Où est papa? Est-ce qu'il est mort? Est-ce qu'il est vivant?
Il a compromis son avenir et le tien pour ses idées politiques.
Viva La Muerte was a really interesting film, and it's not one that I feel that I've fully taken in on a one watch. Very much like it's been linked to Jodorowsky and sort of his films. I found it was probably most like Fando Lee, in my opinion, that kind of early Jodorowsky film. It's not as fantastical as that. There is a basis of real world and an idea that we're viewing the kind of fantasy world of Fando at certain points. But it's visually, it's interesting. Story-wise, I liked it. There are some facets that I just haven't quite thought about enough, and it's something that makes me want to go back to it. On a first watch, I liked it. I've got a feeling this is something I'm really going to appreciate the more I watch it further down the line. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at the extras. Here we are in the disc for Viva La Muerte. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have a projection booth podcast commentary. Then we have David Archibald. Professor David Archibald provides an analysis and background of Viva La Muerte, filmed exclusively for Radiance in May 2024. And this runs for 20 minutes, 58 seconds. You get a brief history of the director, Arabal, who joined a surrealist group, left them, created his own panic group. You know, he made 7 films, how all of them were kind of influenced by his history and where he grew up in the political climate. This is an archival behind-the-scenes documentary capturing Arabelle filming Viva La Muerte on location in Tunisia, originally released in 1970, and this is 19 minutes 25 seconds, and this is a wonderful behind the scenes. You get a voiceover, you get to see the director and the actors just kind of lazing about between scenes, filming scenes. It feels better produced than a lot of other behind the scenes stuff, and really kind of fascinating. Next we have Vida Arabelle, which is a feature-length documentary on Arabelle by Xavier Pasturel Baron. Captures the life and works of the singular filmmaker, playwright, painter and essayist, and features interviews with admirers, friends and family. Originally released in 2011. And this is 1 hour, 39 minutes in length, and it's fantastic. These are the kind of things that I love as an extra on a disc, where it gives you an oversight of a creator and the impact they've had on the world. We also have a trailer and a gallery. Also included in this disc is a 36-page booklet, one with a couple of articles. I particularly loved the one all about the panic movement, which I hadn't really heard much about, but knowing that it involved Arabelle and Jodorowsky was fascinating to read. And that's the extras for Viva La Muerte. So there we have it. Viva La Muerte is out now. I would say it's one to cautiously approach. If you like things that are a bit different, if you like Fin de Lit from Jodorowsky, this is something that you probably find interesting. It's not your typical film, but that's a good thing. I'd love to know your opinion on this film, so let me know in the comment box below your thoughts on this one. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box below, or links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.